Hi, I'm Tamiko from Graco, and I'm going to show you how to remove and replace the cover on your Nautilus 65 harness booster. The first thing we're going to do is loosen the harness straps, and then we're going to remove the harness covers and the buckle cover. Next, we're going to undo the harness covers, as well as the buckle cover. The next thing we're going to do is remove the headrest cover. In order to do this, I'm first going to raise the headrest, and then I'm going to turn it around so I can undo the elastics. So you have a couple of elastic attachments, and then one at the bottom on both sides. Now that my elastics are off, I can now pull the cover off. And you can just set that to the side. The next thing we're going to do is remove the backrest cover, but in order to do that, I first need to release the harness straps. So we're going to turn to the back and undo the harness straps from the splitter plate. So this is my splitter plate, and the splitter plate is holding in the harness straps, so I'm just going to take those off. Next thing I'm going to do is pull the harness straps through. Now, to remove my backrest cover, I first need to undo the two hook and loop attachments here, as well as the elastic down on this side, and then there's two on the side, but I'll turn it so that we can see that. So the first thing I'm going to do is undo the hook and loop. And then something else that you'll notice is there's a flap here. You need to just pull that out. So now I'm moving to my elastics. And then I'll turn the seat to the side so you can see those elastics as well. So there's one here, so I'm just going to unhook that and then go to the other side and do the same thing. Now you should be able to remove your backrest cover. We'll just set that to the side. Next, we're going to remove the seat bottom cover. Before I do that, I'm going to undo the chest clip and the crotch buckle. Before I can remove the cover, I need to undo the elastic loops. So there's a set in the back, so we'll undo those. And then there's a couple on the side. So you have one at the top, and then we're going to flip it over so we can undo the elastics on the bottom. There's also a set of elastics in the front. So we're just going to lift the cover, and then you can see the elastic here. And then I'm going to make sure I got the elastic on the other side as well. Now I should be able to pull off my cover. While I'm doing this, I'm just working around the harness straps and the crotch buckle. And then I'll pull up my harness strap adjuster. You can just set that to the side. And now you've removed the soft goods on your harness booster. Now that your cover is clean, you're ready to replace it. Just make sure you have all of your parts. So we're first going to start with the seat bottom cover. So I just like to place that in the right spot, and then I'm just going to work through the harness strap adjuster, and then I'll do the crotch buckle. For the crotch buckle, just make sure that you have it in the same slot in the cover as it is in the car seat. So in this one I have it in the middle slot, so I'm going to put it in the middle in the cover. Next thing I'm going to do is pull through my harness straps. As I'm pulling this through, I'm making sure that I have my chest clip and my buckle. The next thing we're going to do is start to attach the elastic loops that go around the seat cover. So we have a few on the side. So I'm going to pull this elastic loop here through the belt guide and attach to the metal hook on the top. Now we're going to move to the back. We're going to pull through our elastic loops and attach to the hook on the bottom. So a good way to remember this is that you're replacing the cover that's on the bottom, so the elastic loop needs to go to the hook that's also on the bottom of the seat. So now we're going to turn the seat to the side so we can do the elastics that are on the bottom. So you have elastic here, and that's on both sides. And then you have another elastic towards the front. Next, I'm going to replace my backrest cover. So I like to place this where it needs to be. So I want to make sure my harness slots are towards the top. And then I'm going to take this portion, push it between the headrest. Next, I'm going to pull my harness straps in the front so that they're not stuck behind the cover. In order to attach the backrest cover, I need to attach a few elastics. So I'm going to push the two at the bottom through the back of the seat. And then I have elastics that are on the side. So I'm going to grab the long elastic, go through the belt guide, and attach to the metal hook. I'm also going to make sure that I pull my cover over the corner of the car seat here. I'm going to repeat this on the other side. Now that we're at the back of the seat, we're going to pull those elastics through and attach to the hook on the back. Now moving to the top. So what I have to do is take this flap and tuck it into the slots that are on the seat. And then I'm going to attach my hook and loop. Now that the backrest cover is on, I can put through my harness straps. So I like to make sure that these are nice and not twisted. So I just put these through the slots here. The next thing I'm going to do is attach my harness straps to the splitter plate. So I'm going to turn the seat around. I need to make sure that my harness strap is behind the top tether. So I'm going to pull my splitter plate. I'm just making sure that it's not twisted. I'm going to attach my harness straps. I'm going to make sure that the harness strap is completely enclosed in the metal, just like that. The next thing we're going to do is attach our headrest cover. So you're just going to work it around the sides of the headrest. Make sure it's nice and snug. Then I'm just going to pull my harness straps in front. Now we're going to turn the seat to the back so we can attach the elastic loops. So we have an elastic loop here. And then we have 4 at the top. Next, we're going to attach our harness cover and our buckle cover. I'm just making sure that the hook and loop is facing outwards. And then for our buckle cover, you just want to make sure that the hook and loop wraps around the buckle and goes to the back. Now I'm going to attach the crotch buckle and the chest clip. Now I can lower my headrest and tighten my harness. And now you've replaced the soft goods on your harness booster.